play the ball just inside his 40-metre line, centre of the ground. Manly running towards the northern end, the Moore Park Road end of the ground. And here's the kick, rebounding off a charge down, and oh, Mitchell Pearce had a chance. It looked to come off his hand. They've put the ball down. I thought he got a hand on it, Mitchell Pearce. Mitch Orbison has put the downward pressure on the ball, and they think they've scored a try.
Well, I think that because after touching it with his hand, he actually kicked it before it hit the ground. So if that takes knock-on out of the equation, as Brett Stewart kicks it straight into the back of Craig Fitzgibbon, Mitchell Pearce hairs after it. Now he'll get a touch here, but he actually kicks it.
Well, that takes me back to a bloke called Matt Cross, I think it was, at Penrith. He dropped the ball cold and kicked it, and we all thought it was a knock-on, but if you kick it before it hits the ground, it's no knock-on.
What presence of mind, though, to throw the foot out and get it to the ball. Watch this. He knocks it on, but now will stretch out with the leg, off balance, gets his foot to it. No problem here. They can replay it as many times as they like.
Well, did he knock on there? Or
no, it's knee, actually knee, hand, foot. Knee, hand, foot, put down, try.
Well, that's a...
And then pressure from Craig Fitzgibbon on the kicker there results in the first points of the match.
There's Mitchell Orbison. I mentioned that they haven't scored a try, the Roosters, against Manly for 200 minutes of combat. They're halfway for the Roosters and 2 for Manly. As it comes from Brown and goes to Fitzgibbon, and it goes to Pearce, and he goes behind Nuasala. The bounce is good for Cherrington, who gets a pass away to Anasta, who gets it onto Saliola. They're in again. They're in again. Kenny Dow scores for the Roosters. Well, they have started on fire today. Have a look at the last 3 results. 42-0, 56-0, 30-8, all in favour of Manly. And here they are at 10-0 with kick to come, the Roosters.
And they came here on the back of 2 straight losses where they conceded plenty of points. Young Cherrington here, he is a talent, flings it out and finds the mark. Braith and Astor over the top for Soliola on to Sean Kenny Dowell, who I guess would go to the top of the try-scoring lists in the competition again with that alongside Denon Kemp. Wonderful work here from Cherrington. You don't throw these passes unless you know that there's a man in position to take it.
Debuted this year, Cherrington. He and Jake Friend, the only 2 of 24 used by Brad Fittler. And he knows how to find the try line, the number 2, doesn't he? Kenny Dowell. One of our very best in the conversion. Had a very good season, young Matt Ballon. I mentioned it last time we did a Manly game. He stepped up for Michael Monaghan, and he's doing his job well. Oh, Menzies hit hard. Ball got jolted. Roberts runs hard down the right side. Oh, he'll go all the way. Roberts, they're in again. 3 tries for the Roosters, and we've only had 11 minutes. Tackle on Menzies, forced the ball free, and Amos Roberts has sprinted away to score. The tackler was Mitchell Orbison, I fancy. So he's having one hell of a day.
Well, this is what we normally see from Stephen Menzies. Some driving defence, forcing the mistake. Well, it was Mitch Orbison. And you love to see teams rewarded again for good, strong defence. Defence turned into points here. Amos Roberts gets rid of the opposing number 1 in Brett Stewart. That's a feat in itself. And he flies away. 3 tries in the first, 15 minutes. Well, it has really set it up for the Tricolours now.
Try 11.
Yeah. And it's...
Well, Stewart was the other. And here's Brown turning it in for Shellington, and Shellington towards the line, arcing over it, in fact, before Lestrange makes the tackle with Ballon again. Shellington, way to the left for Tupou, and Saliola scores! Saliola, Robson couldn't handle him, and not many could. A rampaging Saliola that close to the line, and they get their 4th try.
He ran beautifully into the hole, Soliola, but the pass made the try. Steve Bell comes up quickly on his outside, but a timely pass here delivered by Tupou. Waits. Bell, he's concerned by the runaround behind from Braith and Astor, so wonderful deception there as well. The pass was excellent, the line running was good, and the decoy play worked perfectly.
Well, it's the Roosters' pet play, and earlier in the year they produced a couple of tries for this with Tupou and his centre working to get a Nasta away on the outside, and the video referee a number of times would awarded a try or a no try, and you could see Bell went racing up there thinking a Nasta was coming around again, and Tupou kept Soliola alive. Soliola waited for Bell to move, then hit the hole inside him and scored. And I think you'll find that a number of times they've run that play this year when the ball's come out to him.
He throws the big dummy, and he's only 2 metres out from the line. Now it's with Ballinon gone on to Orford, and he goes behind a couple of forward decoys before finding Robson. And coming up is Amos Roberts. Roberts is away. There's a foot race on at the stadium. He's still going strong, Roberts. Stewart couldn't get him. Robertson comes at him. Roberts. He scores, Amos. He didn't have to worry about passing this time to the referee. He runs 80 metres or more to score a try.
And here's a beautiful sight in full flight. Stewart actually got to him, but Roberts got the fence and got momentum actually out of that. As good pressure again out wide. Manly trying to go wide. Robson onto the chest of Steve Menzies, but he was hit by the try scorer. One bounce, picked it up. Look at Stewart come from this side. He gathered him in, but then the fend into the chest, and he just got pushed away enough to get some momentum out of it. And even a speedster like Stewart couldn't run him down from behind.
There is nothing better in rugby league than seeing two real flyers go stride for stride up the field. And these two fellas, Roberts is the most silky smooth mover I have seen play the game of rugby league. And as he looks over his shoulder there, only ever goes as fast as he has to, with a smile on his face. The other positive about having Amos Roberts on the wing, yes sir, about having him on the wing, is the fact that he will score tries with his defence. He does come up and read it pretty well. Look at this. He's just looking over his shoulder, looking. And this one's for you at home, Dad. There you go.
And he's been the recipient of try.
Wellington. And it's gone to big Mark O'Mealy. That might be obstruction. No, it's allowed to go on. And here's Mason. Mason in space. Comes to Robertson. Good work, Michael Robertson. Came up with the boot, no penalty. Pearce on to Mitchell Orbison. And Orbison is able to get it back for Pearce. He gets it back to Mason. Mason takes the tackle and gets it back to Pearce. Pearce kicks across the ground. There's a bit of an opening out here. And Perrott has got the ball down and across the line. And he points to the spot. It's a try. It's a miracle try.
Well, it's an exciting try. And I am keen, yeah. Well, Matt Orford is blowing up. How can you award that with the Shepherd back there? That's afterwards. And Matt Orford is just saying to the referee as we have a look at what happened after it, I saw you put the whistle to your mouth. Why didn't you blow it?
I'll tell you one thing too. Willie Mason was never going to run away and score the try. He was determined to get tackled with it so they wouldn't go back to the video referee. And from there it comes back to Pearce. The crossfield kick, and the ball aquaplanes off the turf. A terrible bounce, picked up by Perrott, who squeezes it down on the line, virtually between his legs, to come up with the try. The ball aquaplaned off the turf there.
And then a backward somersault to finish it off. It's 9.9.
Nice.
When Willie Mason went through the gap there, here's Orford blowing up at the referee. When Mason went through the gap, he looked over his shoulder and thought, well, I'm not going to give you a chance to have a second look at that. So he ran to Brett Stewart and got himself tackled. And Sam Perrott comes up with a try for the Roosters.
What is that little Orford? Manly without several of their stars, as the Roosters were when they went to Brookvale. And now they've let the kids onto the ground as part of the promotion. Good stuff. Well done, Roosters. Well marketed. Thousands of kids out there with their heroes. Why don't we do it more?
Doesn't that bring back memories? That is great stuff. That will bring the kids to rugby league.
That loss equals Manly's biggest loss this year. They lost 26-4 to Melbourne.